Brooklyn, the home of the Nets, in a fine Eastern Conference affair here at Barclays Center. And with
well, guys,
yeah, some lean years in Brooklyn, partially as a result of that transaction. David, as always, thank you. And tonight we'll see two teams that are dedicated to the youth movement and the respective clubs. Doris, talk about the biggest challenges for a young player in this game.
Well, the world in basketball is increasingly small, so a lot of young players in the game have faced each other in AAU basketball, or if they've played collegiately, they've faced each other there. So the biggest challenge sometimes for young players is not letting this become a personal matchup with the player you're looking opposite. Basketball's a team game, and while you want to outshine your opponent, you've got to do it within the context and framework of the overall team game.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. And so in the game for the Magic, Hill is out there with Silk. Then there's Armstrong. Then there's Grant, and it's McGrady in a two-guard.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Pass to Kittles. Hit against Armstrong. Shot from 12, and he gets the bucket. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Pass to McGrady. Shot from the low block. Rebound by McCullough. Brooklyn with the ball. 14 feet away, and no good. Hill passes to Armstrong. From the top of the key, and the basket by Hill. Hill's got his first points in this one.
Well, you think about the Brooklyn Nets and Kenny Atkinson having a tough task of rebuilding this organization. It is still feeling the effects of the trade that stripped them of so many picks. But give Kenny credit for embracing the challenge and knowing there's a long road ahead.
And with Atkinson and the Nets, he said it feels like the team is a starter.
Right. Atkinson has taken a more hands-on approach with the team. He works out with the group. He does weightlifting with them. He wants to build the idea that the team is striving towards something together.
Knocked loose. And up the court come the Magic on the break. Grant tips it back in.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
There's 1:54 left to play in the first. And Kidd, here we go. And the foul called on ABC. That is his first foul of the game. Collins checked in for McCullough. Kidd against Armstrong. Right side Kidd. Feeds to Collins. And that one is good.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Inside. Here's Hill, and it's blocked. Here's Van Horn to the inside. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. McGrady and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And the Magic last season, Doris, suffered on offense due to a lack of outside shooting.
And it wasn't the number of threes, Kevin. They took a good percentage of shots from three. The bottom line was the percentage from those shots wasn't very good. Too many players putting up a handful of threes per game that just weren't consistent from that distance.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Williams, he's checked in for Martin. Jefferson comes in for ABC. Thunder's checked in for ABC. And Harris subbed in for ABC. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Jefferson. Offensive rebound. Goes up again, and it's Collins getting it to go.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. McGrady kicks to Williams. Hudson against Harris. Here's Ewing, and then Ewing with the jam.
How about using the rim to get some true hang time.
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. And the pass to Harris. Upside Jefferson. Over Williams. No good on the last second attempt there. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Orlando out in front, leading by a point. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. Getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And from what we've seen from Orlando, what do you guys see?
Listen, early on taking the league, I just like their approach offensively.
I think their play calling has been exceptional. They've played with purpose and they've played with aggressiveness.
On the court for Orlando, Silk is out there with Williams. And it's Miller. Then there's Hudson. And it's Ewing in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Magic have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
ABC's checked in for Collins. Harris with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. With college basketball expanding the three-point arc out to FIBA range, Doris, does that set the table, you think, for the NBA to move its arc, or three-point shooting line, out as well?
I think one of the things that I would like to see, Kevin, is a more unified game across countries, right? We've talked about the NBA and basketball in particular becoming a more global game. I think one thing that I'd really love to see at the lower levels of basketball in the formative stages is young players have to play with a shot clock. Because what that forces those players to do is be three-tool players. Under duress of a shot clock, you better be able to put the ball on the deck, make a pass, or take a shot. So I think the more we can normalize a set of international rules, the better basketball is going to be long-term.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it seems every season new records are set for the number of three-pointers made and attempted. It's proven to be successful, and of course, it is a copycat league. It's hard to know why it took so long for everyone to catch on, but now that they have, the effects continue to ripple throughout the league.
They sure have, David. Thank you. Miller kicks to Ewing. On the wing, Hill. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Well, I think you think of the Brooklyn Nets, and though there isn't a ton of wins, I do think you see this team moving in the right direction. Yes, they only had 28 wins, finished 12th overall. But the reality is, on a night-by-night basis, this team gives great effort in the face of adversity.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Martin's checked in for Williams. ABC comes in for Jefferson. ABC's checked in for Armstrong. And ABC's subbed in for Harris. And it's Hill penetrating. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And the Nets win total last year impressive given the injuries.
Well, Jeremy Lin and D'Angelo Russell's injuries obviously made things difficult, Kevin. But despite it all, the Nets were more competitive than they've been the last few seasons. To me, this is an organization that has some things it can build on.
Pass to Van Horn. Lots of room. Here's McCulloch. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
He's 0 of 1 from the line, missing on his first trip.
One thing you have to consider if you're the Orlando Magic is finding some level of consistency. And I mean that both in terms of the roster and the coaching staff. To me, when there's a lot of turnover in both of these departments, it can take its toll on an organization, and we've seen that with Orlando.
Orlando making some changes. Grant comes in for Ewing. Armstrong subbed in for Hudson. Kidd against Armstrong. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Kidd passes to McCullough. Kidd against Armstrong. It's stolen by Hill. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Armstrong kicks to Hill. McGrady outside. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. As you said, Doris, a lot of coaching and personnel changes for the Magic recently.
Well, think about it, Kevin. 4 different head coaches since 2015, and that doesn't even include the interim coaches. You know, to me, you've got to have a direction and approach that is consistent year after year. If you're going to have any measure of stability, it has to come from the top down. I'll tell you, such a tremendous rhythm to that sequence. Great player movement, great ball movement on the lead pass.
Shoots from the baseline. Once again off the mark, Orlando. Nets trail by 6. Here's Thunder. Again, the Nets for 2.
A quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
I'll tell you, with that being a second foul, now you've got to be more careful. You can't give the officials any excuse to whistle him for number 3 before the end of this half.
The Magic have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
To the paint. Keeps it alive.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint. You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
The Magic have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them. And the first one at the line is good. Both good from the line that time.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Nets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. He's off on the first.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach. Driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Hudson kicks to McGrady. Passes it to Silk. Nobody near Williams. Offline with his 3. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Magic lead by 5. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Ernie. It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. Checking out the Magic. Kenny, some perspective, please.
Well, they've gotten to the line tonight a lot. Basically, they're saying, I'm going to take it to you, and the only way you can stop me is to foul me. But here's the thing. If you're afraid to sacrifice your body, you'll never pick up a lot of free throws. So great job in the first half.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Nets.
The thing I like was how they were making a conscious effort to work the ball inside. They should do the same in the second half. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Whether running the offense through the post, driving it, doesn't matter. Get to the rim, and the rest will take care of itself.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. ABC really making a difference here.
Yeah, great job from him in that first half of drawing fouls and getting to the line.
Well, he certainly put the defense in a tough spot in that half. Forces the issue, draws the contact time and time again.
They've got Martin. ABC is out there with ABC, and it's ABC, and it's McCullough in at the 5 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson. Kidd passes to McCullough, and he bangs it home with one hand.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Kidd against Armstrong. The three from Hill. No good that time.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Well, and the Brooklyn Nets, to me, seem to have a bright future in front of them. There is a good collection of young players that they can continue to grow with, and finally will own their draft pick for the first time in what feels like forever. Well, obviously, it's been an off night for him offensively, but give his teammates credit. They bailed him out, and he's still got time to turn it around.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
To the wing right side. And now in transition, it's Kidd. Here we go. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Orlando Magic has struggled to find difference-making players in the draft or in free agency. Their goal is to get younger but get better at the same time. And it's difficult to do, even in the Eastern Conference, but Orlando is determined to get this right. Kevin?
And the journey continues for them and a lot of teams. D.A., thank you. Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. Miller's checked in for Orlando. Harris's shot is off. And this Nets team, still very young, as you said, fifth youngest scorers in the league last year.
Boy, and that is something, Kevin, considering the amount of picks they've lost. The Nets have done a great job of finding talent late in the draft and acquiring other picks without giving up too much. They've positioned themselves very well to become a factor in the future.
Pass to Van Horn. And Silk gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Brooklyn making some changes. Williams comes in for ABC. And Jefferson subbed in for ABC. There's 1:54 left in the third. Takes the 13-footer off the left rim and out.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play. You know, Doris, the ability to beat the defender off the dribble is so important. Who do you think has the quickest first step right now in the league that you've seen personally?
That's a great question, boy, Kev. I'll tell you some guys I wouldn't want to have to contend with on a night by night. No way I want to try to guard the wizardry of Kyrie Irving, right, or the flat-out end-to-end speed of John Wall, or the incredible explosive athleticism of Russell Westbrook. The deceptive nature of James Harden's game. Child, please, I don't want any part of any of those men.
You're getting riled up here. Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Williams comes in for Hill, and Hudson subbed in for Armstrong. And the pass to Silk. He kicks it to Williams. The Magic again can't hit.
And something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Yeah, that's not a good example right there. You could have worked it around to get a better opportunity.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Left side, Harris. The kick out to Williams. Over Grant. The shot misses. The Magic go the other way with it. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Hudson the pass to Miller. Here's Hudson. He tries for three. Collins grabs the miss. Harris against Miller. Here's Thunder. Good. Harris gets the assist. Thunder's got his second basket of the game.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Hudson against Harris. That's good from Hudson. And Hudson drops them both. Outside Kidd. Releases from 15. It's good. Kidd's got 5 points so far. Here's Hudson. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
And they make sure to get the last shot of the quarter there. Nicely done.
Well, that's outstanding execution, Greg. You always want to get the last shot of the quarter, which is precisely what they did there.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Magic out in front. They lead by 8. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why, Greg, great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Here's Kidd. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. Hudson is out there with ABC. Then it's Williams. Then there's Grant, and it's Miller in at the 3 spot. Magic leading by 8. Here's McGrady. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Boy, it's tough to see how he misses that one. I don't think the defense was all that tight on him.
Kidd dishes to Collins. Shoots over Grant. Shot by Collins, no good. And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for the Orlando Magic. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. It's stolen by Jefferson. Here's Kidd. And he banks in the layup. Kidd's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Nets.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Well, that's how you attack in transition. Remarkable effort, getting as high percentage a look as you can really get.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
Well, the Brooklyn Nets, one of the younger teams in the league this year and last year. And obviously, with young teams and with the style of play, turnovers are going to be something you've got to contend with along the way.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Collett's checked in for Collins. ABC comes in for Williams. ABC's checked in for Jefferson. And ABC subbed in for Harris. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I had a chance to find out what Steve Clifford talked about with his players. He told them, I don't want us to be satisfied yet. We can congratulate ourselves later, after we win. Right now, we have to close this one out. He doesn't seem to think this one's over yet, Kevin.
Okay, David, thanks. Here's Kittles. Lays it up off the glass.
Boy, nice team basketball being played right there. You see the open man, and you deliver the ball right away.
Orlando leading. And along with the turnovers, outside shooting can be a problem for the Nets.
Well, think about it, Kevin. I think there's a fundamental belief in today's NBA that you need to shoot the 3 to win at a high level. So even though this organization right now doesn't have a ton of lights-out shooters, they are committed to getting that style established in their franchise. Well, can't find the target, but good work to get into open space inside the arc.
To the inside to tie it up. And it's finished off inside by Martin. Martin's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
And wow, what a time to tie this game up, guys.
Incredible fortitude to bounce back like this. I think we're setting up for an awesome finish.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they've got to talk about.
I think they've got to ramp up the pressure. There's no excuse for letting them score at will in the paint. Make them feel you.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Grant, he's checked in for Ewing. Hill comes in for Miller. And Armstrong subbed in for Hudson. McCulloch against Grant. Hill left side. The first one, and that gives them the lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 2-point ball game.
Yeah, critical that he's able to convert there. Now they've taken the lead.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're trailing by 2. 1:33 left in the game. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. They get it again. McCullough gets in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 in the game.
And the road back into this game wasn't a short one, but they've managed to make it all the way back and tie this thing up.
And you love the hard they've shown here. Let's see if they can keep up this level of tenacity.
Here's Kidd, and that one drops.
A good score inside, and the defense really offering very little resistance.
They've got to be willing to step up. And when it's this close, you just can't let them get easy buckets. Make them feel you a bit.
Shot by McGrady, and right through it goes.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
Right, you love the aggressiveness. This guy is willing to take over at the key opportunities.
Magic have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. No one near him. Brooklyn with the rebound.
Well, the defense paying no attention at all to him, and all we can do is throw up a brick. Ouch.
It's good from beyond the arc.
Fearless, decisive, on point.
Which is exactly what you have to be, especially when your team needs a bucket.
Fires the 3. Kidd grabs the board, and here are the Nets. They're on a 15-6 run, and so they choose to intentionally foul. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And they double up Kidd. Outside, Martin. Clock at 6. Pass to Kittles. Here's Van Horn. And it's off from three-point range. Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're down by 1. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And guys, it all comes down to this. One shot to win the game. They have just enough time to run a play that'll lead to a catch and shoot here on the inbound. Maybe one quick pass and then get it up.
Here's McGrady. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. What a show they put out here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Alden, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. See you next time.